The centre of attention, but perhaps not quite what he's used to.
Shame on you, Boris! You're parasite Boris Johnson!
Outside his Islington home this morning, the locals, who voted overwhelmingly to stay in the EU, left him in no doubt what they thought. There will be much discussion about his future, but what of the city he's left behind? Largely, it voted against him and against the rest of the country. But one of the 5 boroughs to side with him was on home turf. The local shopping centre is called Into Uxbridge. The local MP led it out of the EU.
We can find our voice in the world again. Powerful, liberal, humane, an extraordinary force for good in the world.
Britain's been heard. Britain's been heard. For the first time in my life, and I'm 74 next birthday, they've stood up for what they believe in.
I thought that people would have a little more common sense and not just vote on immigration. There's so many other things to consider. You know, I'm thinking about my grandchildren's future. I'm genuinely disillusioned. I don't think I'll ever vote again, quite honestly. And I've voted all my life, but I don't think I'll ever do it again.
Those are concerns echoed by some in London's thriving tech community. Hayden Godbeer's firm relies not just on European employees, but also on investors from the EU.
Investors are scared, they're worried, because they don't know what's going to happen. And I think that's the overall fear, is that we do not know what is going to happen.
The top 3 London boroughs for staying in were Lambeth, Hackney and Haringey. For leaving, Havering, Bexley and Barking and Dagenham. It's that leaving thing that worries Mehul Damnani. He set up an online petition arguing for the capital to be allowed to stay in the European Union.
There's lots of brilliant benefits that being part of the EU brings. And we don't think that just because the rest of England have voted out, that should mean that we have to go out as well.
That may be wishful thinking, but there are already calls for London to get more powers from central government to recognise how different it is from the rest of the country. Karl Mercer, BBC London News.